For me, that's an easy question because it's something that it's in our daily life. I mean, now, especially in crisis, like in this time of crisis, economical crisis, rise of youth unemployment, all employment, but youth unemployment, people feeling more far away of the center of the decisions, that actually they feel less and less empowered. That's like, it seems that everything is like there's no protection, there is no rights, that everything actually can be used against people related with their house, their health, their education, the jobs that they have, where they can or cannot go. It is really important about the discrimination topics, no immigration and so on. It is, if you really look carefully, every country in Europe actually face problems in those matters, because those are problems related with the society. The social rights are the human rights, they are the human social rights, so they are like the second generation, they are like the rights related with the living in society, living and working in the communities. So if you know, starting from the beginning, if you're aware of the rights that you have, you are more prepared to fight for it, to demand that, because it's nothing that someone is being nice to us. When you have like access for health or access for free education, is something that's been stipulated already, and then we all agree in our countries that belong from Council of Europe, we all agree that actually should be the minimum standards for the human dignity. And less and more now, people have the perception that they have less rights actually than they do have. They get more accommodated, and the young people, I believe, they are the engine of the change, the transformation. So empower young people to be aware of those topics, and let them talking about rights in a cool way, in an attractive way, using non-formal education, use these different games, then they can put them, like, their feelings out. It is, I believe it's the first step, of course, but it's the first step to create knowledge, awareness, and motivation. And then, then they will fly with the right guides, and they will be add value factor for their communities, for their NGOs. So that's how I think it's important. If there's no country in Europe, no country in the world actually that they can be like totally proud of the way that they access social rights and how actually they involve people in this process. So empowering people to know that is empower not the future but the present to start to change. So I really actually think it's important to be aware of that. You cannot demand something that you don't know that you have the right for, and that's actually what we talk here. How to make them, how to make us be aware of our rights, how to talk about it, research, understanding the problems in our communities, understanding whom the partnership with local government, youth policy, how policy is even related with rights, because again it's not even about politicians, but it's about conditions, and it's about what actually they should have because they are human beings, not actually because they're from this country or from this other country. It is because they are Europeans, and we would like to underline that. This specific project has this specific story. Of course, all the projects, they have their own story. This story started in 2009 when I was invited to participate in a long-term training course in Council of Europe about social rights, access of social rights for young people in disadvantaged neighborhoods. I was the participant from Estonia, where I live. We had like a 3-year course when actually we had also to make some local projects connected. So we were meeting in Strasbourg and in Budapest in the European Youth Centers. We're working with different stakeholders in Council of Europe with support from them to make actually those local projects and to be our communities more aware about the social rights, got to know about European Social Charter and so on. After all these 3 years, that actually the project finished 2012, and there was this big youth festival in Strasbourg with 100 young people from many countries, many Council of Europe countries. We had this idea. My project actually was about to make a small version of that, of the project that we did in Strasbourg. So we had also our young people in Estonia developing small actions in those communities. Then I thought, and I saw that was like working, and then we decided to create the Enter Social Rights Project. Even the materials, we used the Dignity Land in this training course, which is also it was also adapted to be used together with the Enter training in Council of Europe training. So the story started like this: to get from those organizations that participate in this long-term training course, plus people that after have been joined this informal network, how we can still developing for our youth leaders and multipliers, how actually they can work in social rights in many different ways. Of course, then you have like, we decided to have this approach of dividing the training in social rights and have specific examples, talking about the Compass, for example, the Manual of Human Rights. So it's educational manual for human rights, and all the other materials, resources that they have on their on the training. So they also got, so they can also get specific non-formal education material, specific handouts about we create about refugees when you're talking about the movement of persons, that we spoke about like employment, and then they have specific like laws in employment. So every topic actually we decided to make a small gift. So they were in workshops, but in the same time they were talking about that and feeling the topic. So some of them after got more connected with health in the final project, some of them with education. But I guess all of them, all the different projects, all the different participants, they connected actually their own needs with actually a situation and a right that have been violated and that they feel it's needed in their community. So that's how the project started, with this idea, with these organizations, and I feel quite empowered that I feel through them that the project will continue, because we are doing this edition here in Poland. We have an idea to continue developing the idea, and I feel that makes sense, and people are doing it. So I have a good feeling. In general, I have a good feeling after talking with the group, after checking the different kind of evaluations that we have done. I believe that the project was successful. We always would like to look for more. The feedback was positive. I guess people recognize not only the importance of the topic, but also they found out specific things that they could do back home. And in general, they're always thinking about that they took like a different understanding what is social rights They already know actually what is European Social Charter, Council of Europe, what is the work in the background, and some specific, they call it games, but it's like the specific workshops that we can do. So in general, I couldn't, and the team worked really well, really support each other. I thought also the participants interested to get to know each other, coming to the sessions. I mean, not like not kind of skipping by themselves. So it was positive. Nothing to make a remark. Although of course we always could make it better. We could always then expected more, but holistically speaking, in taking consideration all the situation with the participants, and some of them having more connection with the topic, some of them less connection with the topic. But I guess when they start working together, they are like sharing these, so they're also learning from each other. It's one of the objectives of the training. So really, I think it was a good experience, and I'm satisfied with the result. We just finished the team meeting. We are talking all together, and the team always also have this feeling that we succeed. We succeed in a way that we felt that there was a meaning for this project to happen, and we all learned more, and we are more aware from the team, from the participants. So it was good.